75% of our profits, $35 million last year, to the people who bank with us. Because at Vision Credit Union, when you're an owner, you get your share. Why not get yours? Learn how at whatsyourshare.ca. That's whatsyourshare.ca.
It's not about calendars or even thermometers. At Sherwood Honda, summer doesn't end till you take your foot off the gas. There's still so much driving to do, and not just the obligations. Beach days, getaways, just out cruising for fun? Sherwood Honda has fuel-efficient, dependable SUVs, hybrids, and crossovers to keep summer rolling till you're ready to put it in park. So if you still want summer, you sure would find your key to some more at Sherwood Honda. Sherwood.
This is Sports 1440 and the all-new Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Just after 11 o'clock, good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Sam the intern with you here today for Fantasy Frenzy. Go check out the fine folks at Wilhauk Beef Jerky down in Leduc. Get a nice, I'd say a $20 bag, but it's never enough. It's never enough, Duke. You need to get a little bit more than that, I think. Tell them we sent you, talk some Cowboys, have a good time. And we appreciate you guys tuning into the show today. You can always reach us via the text line, 1-833-401-1440. Or you can head to YouTube, Sports 1440 AM on the tube. Join the chat there. Triple Crown in a truck. We've got Northside Adam. Did I say Triple Crown in a truck?
You did.
Did I just make up a person?
You merged two people's identities.
I'm sorry, Triple Crown, a.k.a. Frank.
And Triple Cena Truck.
And Triple Cena Truck, if you're listening. Nice laptop, Connor. I saw me. What does that even mean? Oh, yeah, you did. I guess I can't show you now, actually, because Northside Norm, you do have a sticker on my laptop. We'd have to switch to the other one to showcase all my other stickers. I have Elks Nation. I believe I have Ben Stelter. Who else do I have?
Banjo Man and Fresh Nets.
And Fresh Nets from Reed Clark.
Now running for city council.
You have Ben Stelter, you have Sludge Hockey Day and Sports 1440 stickers.
Those are all places I've been.
The laptop over there looks like it has Banjo guy. And
I've been asking Declan for an Elks Nation sticker since their inception and have still yet to receive.
Oh, here we go. I think I'm popping it up there on the other camera as well. So, yeah, if you want one of those stickers, I don't know what you do. Go talk to Declan. Maybe you have to actually storm the gates of Elks Nation HQ. He just had one extra one in his pocket and gave it to me one day. So that's how I got mine. Anyways, lots to get to on this show today because the Edmonton Oilers reporting to camp today. Had their golf tournament yesterday. Did you get any good stories out of Speck from his time?
Well, he won KP and Kevin accused him of cheating, naturally. Then Kevin also accused Gregor's team of cheating because they won.
Oh, really?
Gregor was golfing with Stan Bowman, I believe, which is obviously pretty cool. And then Kevin chimed in that because he was golfing with the new Oilers goalie coach.
Yeah.
Peter Aubrey.
Yeah.
And Kevin, to reassure Oilers fans, he said Peter Aubrey has been obviously very dedicated to preparing for the season and not spending time on the golf course. That was Kevin's little dig.
Backhanded compliment there?
Dig at him. Said he was a great guy and I really enjoyed some conversations they had. But yeah, I don't think Kevin's team was in any contention of winning. But from Spec, no, not really. No good quips.
Spec did tell us, I think he was on with Paul McFarland, who's going to be working the power play, trying to get Evan Bouchard closer for shots.
Oh, good.
Which to me, if I'm a net presence guy, Zach Hyman, like, Bouch, you got to keep these low, man. I ain't taking one off the face from 10 feet closer. Opposing goaltenders, probably a little bit scary. Of course, Connor McDavid's going to be the topic nonstop. Gregor also had from Stan Bowman that they are confident with their goaltending, happy with Stuart Skinner, and not looking at Carter Hart. So I know we had a lot of people that have texted in the past, but nope, doesn't look like they're going to go in that direction. Northside Norm on the YouTube chat says, we'll have to get you a McMullet too. I mean, I'll take all the stickers. I didn't know so many people had custom stickers of themselves.
We should get some.
They would be
CB Radio, Fantasy Frenzy.
Yeah, like cartoon versions of us. They'd be very unpopular, I'm sure, but you and I would have them on our laptops and maybe a few other people. Duke, we won our fantasy football matchup.
We did?
Yeah. I don't know if you got a chance
last
to see
I
that.
saw we were losing. Was it all thanks to Justin Herbert?
I don't know where I put my phone, so I can't even show you. Well, it's in front of me. Yeah, we did come back. And I made an executive decision. I didn't tell you. I don't know if you noticed. I dropped the Texans defense.
No.
And I picked up the Chargers defense.
Wow.
Who had 3 interceptions.
Savvy.
So
good job.
We got the win. Not the best performance by our opposition. No slandering them. Got past it. So we move on to week 3. Survivor pool. I think only 3 or 4 people eliminated.
This is a whole new phase and a new era for our survivor pool. People have learned from the past 2-year mistakes.
Yeah.
Where essentially at week 3, it was down to maybe a half dozen people. And now here we are. We're still rolling 45 plus into week number 3. Things are going to get dicier though. Couple big names chosen off the board for people, right? Taking teams like the Browns or the Bengals, the Ravens in authoritative victories. Me, teams I've checked off, Rams and Cardinals. I've got a lot of good options still out there.
Yeah.
Like the Bills being 11.5 point favorites tomorrow night.
I think that's where I'm going. Just, I just want to ensure I get there. I'll make the tough decisions later on. MTR says he's on Buffalo this week, as am I. Now, just looking at it, I don't want to talk that talk because I've been the guy eliminated early a few times.
a few times,
but
every time prior to this.
Eddie Steele with the Texans?
No. Oh, well, you all know why that was? Because Eddie forgot to get a pick in on Sunday.
Oh.
So on Monday's show, we were like...
Chargers.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I do know what he was thinking because on In or Out on Monday, I said double barrel Monday Night Football, Chargers and Texans are both going to win. And he said he was out because he thought the Raiders could be pesky against the Bolts. And Kevin and I found that quite laughable, to be honest.
We might have to have a conversation. They were a little pesky, but not a threat.
Not really. That was we always like when we talk about Geno Smith as a quarterback, both fantasy and real life. It's kind of, yeah, he does have a high ceiling. He can really zip the ball around, but he's pretty volatile. And we saw that on full display against a good Chargers D, right? But a different looking one than we've seen in years past. A lot of new faces in that group.
Down Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
You know how long he's out for?
No.
A couple weeks only.
Really?
Yeah. That was the report today.
That is surprising.
I thought his arm was broken in half, and they said dislocated elbow. Well, should be back in a few weeks. So that's encouraging news for the Chargers. I was thinking, oh my gosh, they got to trade for Myles Garrett. They got to trade for Trey Hendrickson, which I still would not be opposed to because I don't think the pass rush was that good. Kept Geno in the pocket for the most part, but could be better. But so Eddie's out. Gavin, our good friend.
No.
It appears he was always going against the Cowboys. And we know he's a diehard Cowboys fan. So it worked in week 1 when he took the Eagles, but in week 2, he took the Giants. And the Cowboys got the win.
What an interesting strategy.
Cadillac 39 took the Steelers.
There were lots of people that picked the Cardinals. So I think after Carolina recovered that onside kick on Sunday afternoon, I have to think there was a lot of nervousness along a pretty strong contingency of entries.
Only looks like 3 people took the Cards.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe I was... Or how many people took Cowboys?
A couple people took the Cowboys. 3
so,
at least.
Between
4.
those two, those are games that kind of came down to the wire. But they all come through, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah. Ravens were the consensus pick. That's what I'm doing now. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Just go with the consensus one. A couple Bills, but Lions as well. I thought the Lions would win, but in the back of my head, I was just like convincing myself, well, it could be the Ben Johnson revenge game.
I took the Bears on the points and looked the fool for it because my goodness, what an absolute stomping.
Lions absolutely rubbing it into celebrating. And
that's what they call it, the stumble.
Yeah, totally
stumble risky.
I thought it was pretty funny. SF texting in, typing in on YouTube says the Oilers don't need a new goalie. Skinner and Pickard got him to 2 consecutive Stanley Cup final appearances. Skinner is still developing. The Oilers need stability, less reactive changes. Hard to disagree because everything he said was factual. They did get within 1 game 2 years ago, and I guess 2, 3, depending on your perspective, last year. And, sometimes it's the offense that dries up, and you can't just totally blame the goaltending. Going into this week, Duco, we're already at Wednesday, potential waiver wire options in NFL. I don't know if there's anybody who stands out to you because, there's different factors. The quarterback position, though, like if you have, obviously, Joe Burrow, you're hitting the waiver wire, depending on your league. Like this is when you look at me and I've got 2 quarterbacks stashed. That's why, because you don't know when a guy's going to go down.
All of a sudden you can hold them ransom.
And that's the other part of it. Like, okay, I always say better on my bench than on your team. Well, now you don't even have a chance to pick up Justin Herbert on the waiver wire. Other guys out there, Justin Fields at the concussion, JJ McCarthy. Who else am I missing?
Hurt/benched. It's Jim McCarthy.
Oh, I thought you meant Jalen Hurts is benched.
No.
I think we have different reports on that one. There's maybe you might want to look at Russell Wilson after the game he had against the Dallas Cowboys. And maybe Coach Dayball says, okay, maybe that's the route. Let's throw the ball to Malik Neighbors. The guy is a absolute stud.
With Jaden Reed's prolonged expected absence when underwent surgery yesterday, do one of the other Packers receivers all of a sudden become more enticing to you? Or do you think it's going to be Tucker Kraft and then just everybody else all in the same generic pool?
Probably just going to be on the Matthew Golden bandwagon.
Just keep riding that until he actually starts to produce because it has been a huge letdown through 2 weeks.
Then on the topic of Jaden Daniels, with the follow his, and then, if he's not going to play, does that impact what you might want to do with, say, a Terry McLaurin, Zach Ertz, who has been a weapon for him? Even really Deebo Samuel, because Jaden's really liked Deebo Samuel. So, yeah, there's some questions as we approach the waiver wire here. Montana to Rice says Caleb Williams isn't good. It's over.
I'm not ready to totally sell my stock on Caleb Williams yet.
No?
Same reason I'm not willing to sell my stock on CJ Stroud.
Are you concerned about CJ Stroud at all?
Not really, actually.
That throw to Nico Collins dropped it in a bucket
on
Monday
the
night.
touchdown.
Yeah.
The touchdown pass was perfect. Like, you can't draw it up any better. And to me, last year was a step back from the rookie season. But to say that he played terrible all year is revisionist history. Like, they still won the division. They still had a solid season. It just wasn't the same level of offensive dominance we kind of saw in his rookie campaign. The total amount of tape on CJ Stroud, I still think is overwhelmingly positive. His offensive line has just gotten progressively worse. I thought it held up actually not too bad for most of Monday night. The defense and special teams were unreal all night, kept them in the football game. But then when they needed it most, the defense couldn't come up with a stop on the final drive of the game. That's to me, that's why they lost. And also maybe not being able to score on 3 tries from the 1 yard line.
Yeah, well, that's never going to help you.
And so that's where people are going to point to and say CJ Stroud is not good. Couple throws, a little on the errant side. The one, I don't really think there was a play there anyway. Like, the coverage under the far left corner of the end zone was pretty dense. Some quarterbacks make every single throw. They're very few and far between. It wasn't his best game on Monday. They still almost won the game. So I'm not selling totally on the Texans. They've lost to 2 good teams, 2 playoff teams, 2 division winning teams from last year. But it's not exactly sunshine and rainbows right now for those of us in Texans land. H-Town.
2 games back of
the Colts.
Indiana Jones.
Talk about quarterbacks that could be enticing people. I know in my one league, Daniel Jones went for a premium price of fab dollars on the waiver wire,
which seems crazy to me.
It's
so early. Still.
Let's what I just said about CJ Stroud for total amount of tape out there. Daniel Jones still has way more bad tape than good. Maybe half a season with Kevin O'Connell fixed him.
And Shane Steichen is a good coordinator too.
And half a season is generous because he was there, 3 weeks after getting cut?
Well, and, maybe it's just having an offensive line, having a run game. No disrespect to Saquon, but having that offensive line to keep you upright and give you time to make your reads, it goes a long way. The Giants try. They just haven't been able to.
And a legit, you have Jonathan Taylor as your run option who ran wild on Sunday, looking like MVP Jonathan Taylor again. The situation in Indy is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And Daniel Jones is owed a lot of credit for it because he has played very well through 2 games.
Got Dad says, I think CJ Stroud has higher upside. Caleb Williams is a bum. It's funny, if you just go back to that draft, there was 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round? Those are 6.
Top 10.
6 in the top 12, and then there will none till round 5 when Spencer Rattler was taken, followed by Jordan Travis, who announced his retirement. Williams, Daniels, May, Penix, McCarthy, Nix. Is that the order?
Reverse order.
We should do it 2 years later, but right now, is that the order you think it would go? Because I think a lot of people would probably take Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams. Mm-hmm. Williams has his haters for various reasons. Some people like Drake May more. Penix, I think we're unsure on. JJ McCarthy, still too soon. He's got the high ankle sprain. Bo Nix. Right now, I'd take Nix over McCarthy and Penix. Right now.
Once again, he's kind of had a slow start to the season, but his rookie season was full of good tape. And Penix and McCarthy, there's not enough yet to make a determined assessment.
Yeah, it's really like doing MVP talk after 2 weeks. It's stupid. But
who's your MVP after 2 weeks, Connor Halley?
Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Is there another?
Just kidding, Justin Herbert.
Is there another? Actually, yeah. Well, that would be good because then my future ticket would cash.
Hey, everyone's would because everyone knew.
Because everybody was smart and followed our advice of since getting his swagger by dating Madison Beer. It's a lock.
You guys remember Carr and the Saints that year? That's the Colts this year.
Yeah, record-setting first 2 weeks of offense for the Saints last season.
Yeah, I agree somewhat. I think the Colts are better. I think the Colts have a better team than the Saints do. Last year, I wasn't buying it. This year, I'm intrigued. There's so much football to be played, though. I know you're not nervous. I think the Texans still can turn this thing around.
They play Jacksonville this weekend, I'm pretty sure.
Statement game.
This is, you hate to say it in week 3, this is must win. This is must win or can't lose. Take your pick.
You can't drop 3 games back.
And then already won in Division 2 to a team that you should beat. So, yeah, tough times right now for my Texans. We can't all be Chargers fans.
And the Colts get the Titans.
Yeah, that's a game they'll win.
So they could go 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I said at the start of the year for the Chargers, if they went 2-1 in their first 3 games, I'd be happy. All 3 divisional opponents, a chance to go 3-0. Quite nice. We'll see what they do. We'll see how Bo Nix responds because the Broncos, I would say, probably, even though they lost on a iffy call last week, I'd say a lot of Broncos fans would say this is not how they saw this season going to start with. Kind of having troubles with Tennessee at home, not ideal. Losing to the Colts on the road, not ideal. So, yeah, it'll be a fun one. I'm fired up for it. Text line are rolling in here. Also, guys, before the break, DR is controlling it. Judkins or Hampton in my flex? I kind of lean Judkins. Hampton.
Did Hampton fumble again on Monday?
Well, Justin Herbert fumbled by the rules. Honestly, it was kind of the Chargers trying to have a tight end lined up over Max Crosby. A few times he just diced it. And as the handoff was happening, he's making plays. I think that the Chargers might lean Najee. He was, when the team needed first downs, short yardage, he did what he does. They need 4, he'll get 5. He was making the play. So I think there might be more trust in him. Hampton was pretty good in pass protection, actually, but I think I might lean on the upside of Judkins here.
I think I would too. I mean, he just signed, and first game was splitting carries with Dylan Sampson.
Yeah,
and the higher draft capital is into Sampson or into Judkins. Sampson, I think, is really impressive. He was kind of a name I think in deeper leagues people were sniffing around on to start the year, but with Judkins' contract being resolved. Will it be split duty a lot still? Yeah, I think so. But I think Judkins probably has the higher upside of those 2 guys. And I think just opportunity-wise should get more looks than maybe Hampton right now in LA.
Yeah. We'll have to see. When we come back, we got Gord Oil. Oh, Judkins has Green Bay. That is a That is a little bit of a problem, but Hampton gets the Broncos.
Run wild.
Slurpee Sean, Nikki North. We'll get to all those questions, text, and more. Keep them rolling in here. 1-833-401-1440. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
God said, I need somebody to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, go to town, and stay all night at a meeting of the school board. So God made a farmer.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. We are so thankful God made a farmer. For the month of September, it is our goal to feed 500 families. With every vehicle sold, we will feed a family of 4. So please help us reach our goal. Visit us online at northgategm.com.
While the players gear up for the new season, make sure you gear up your snack game with Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Okay, this jumbo bag of beef jerky should last the preseason.
Whoa. Will Hawk has more than just beef jerky. There's smoked sausage and pepperoni products, too.
Well, how about we have jerky for Eastern opponents and pepperoni sticks when we face the Western teams?
Now that sounds like a Will Hockey game plan.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky, because you don't win games with salad. Only available in Leduc.
A new Edmonton Oil Kings season hits different.
After a cruel summer, hockey is back at Rogers Place. This Saturday at 4, it's the Oil Kings home opener against the Red Deer Rebels.
Family fun that's second to none with Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less.
Shake it off with a post-game concert from Canada's #1 Swiftie tribute artist, plus bracelet making on the concourse.
The Edmonton Oil Kings are Edmonton's first choice for family entertainment. Home openers Saturday at 4.
Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
At Fountain Tire, you can save $50 off tire storage with the purchase of 4 select tires now until September 30th at participating locations. Okay. Or you could squeeze them into your backseat, possibly causing upholstery damage, drive them home, struggle, sweating buckets trying to get them out of your vehicle, resulting in you feeling guilty for not going to the gym more often, or at all. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. Totally up to you.
Definitely $50 off the tire storage.
You got it. Book your appointment today at fountaintire.com. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Ah, Hawaii. The warmth of a golden sunset as the waves roll in. The freshness of a waterfall. The lush scent of tropical flowers in the air. You don't need to travel to enjoy all Hawaii has to offer. You just need to order pizza. Bring Hawaii home with the Aloha Trio, available for a limited time at Papa John's. Try our classic Hawaiian, Super Hawaiian, or Hawaiian barbecue chicken for just $19.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, proudly locally owned and operated.
Electrical Solar Team is now making a play for sustainability and savings. They're specialists in powering up for a greener future.
That's the strategy. Designing and installing high-efficiency solar panels. They're helping homes and businesses combat rising utility costs by harnessing the power of the sun.
A smart move for efficiency and the environment. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Also streaming on our YouTube channel, Facebook and X, Sports 1440 AM. Appreciate you guys watching us here on the YouTube stream, Facebook, wherever it might be. Hit that like button, thumbs up, ring the bell, as they say, and make sure you subscribe. The number's continually growing there, and the more it grows, the more we can do. So make sure you head over to our YouTube channel, Sports 1440 AM. Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Go check them out. Only available in Leduc. The liner says Alberta's best beef jerky, but no, it is the world's best beef jerky. We got a fun baseball game going on, Brandon. 4-3, the Cubbies lead the Pirates. We're in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Cubbies were up 4-rip after the first.
The over has to be in play right now.
I would think so. I have Cubs money line as part of a 9-leg MLB parlay for the day. Nothing else really to watch today, so I figured I'd give myself some motivation to dip into a few different baseball games as the day moves on.
That's fair. Our text line, 1-833-401-1440. Gord Oil texting in. The only goalie to win a Stanley Cup in the last 10 years at 27 or under was Murray. That was 10 years ago. So he's 37 now. Time flies. Guess what Stuart Skinner will be this year? 27. Well, there you go. Maybe he's reached that age. Slurpy Sean says, worst part of a guillotine league, other than being out, is watching your players get gobbled up by a bunch of savages.
It's watching them fight over your scrap.
I would just leave the league. Delete the...
Yeah, like exit the chat. Delete the app off my phone. I don't want to know. Carry on.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Nikki Northside says the Titans will beat the Colts. No questions.
I kind of wonder, like, the Colts defense has been surprisingly good. And yes, the first week was against the Dolphins when they looked so out of sorts. It bordered on believability. But could, divisional game at home, could this maybe be Cam Ward's breakout game? Because, listen, the numbers for him through 2 weeks are not going to knock you out. Like, they're very pedestrian. But if you actually have watched the games, I actually think he's acquitted himself pretty well on what we have to remember is a very bad Titans roster offensively. Defense is actually pretty solid. That could keep them in this game if they can get after the Colts a little bit after Danny Dimes. That's a pretty interesting. Colts are only favored by 3.5 points. Titans might be kind of frisky this year and cover a lot of spreads as underdogs because of that aforementioned defense, mostly, I think.
Well,
I don't know if I'd be picking the Titans in the survivor pool.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it is a game that if you would have asked me 3 weeks ago, do I care about this matchup? No. But now I'm okay, you know what? Cam Ward, we'll see. What's
the balance of morning to afternoon games this weekend? Is it as outlandish as last week?
The morning you got Packers, Browns, Titans, Colts, Bengals, Vikings, so backups there. Steelers, Patriots, which was a huge game in 2005. Rams, Eagles, Bucks, Jets, Commanders, Raiders, Falcons, Panthers, your Jags, and the Texans. The 205 slate has the Broncos, Chargers, Saints, Seahawks, and then at 225 you got Bears, Cowboys.
Yeah, so
Cards,
a
Niners.
9-4 split.
Sunday nighter, Chiefs, Giants. Like, what was the league thinking? With all due respect to the New York Giants and their fan base, dude, we don't need to see them on Sunday night.
But
Monday night.
But look how good Russ was last week.
He was good. Malik Neighbors, very good as well. But, if we were just scrolling through.
The real treat's Monday night this week, I think, no?
Don't you think Rams, Eagles would have been a good Sunday nighter? Maybe they don't want to give the Eagles every primetime game.
Well, they had no problem force feeding us the Chiefs a primetime game almost every week last season.
Or the Broncos the year before when they got Russell. Here's 8 straight Broncos primetime games.
And then it was about 2 games in when they realized we've made a huge mistake.
Can we flex early? Even Chargers Broncos, I think, would have been a little more. Maybe you don't have Mahomes, you don't have Kelsey, so I get that. But the Monday night game should be cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens, Lions. And if in that game, I mean, if you're just looking at must starts this week, obviously, I'm really intrigued to see what Lamar Jackson does against that Lions defense, which has given up points. We know how good Lamar is. Did you see Lamar? What's his name on Barstool? Caleb Presley. Have you seen he and Lamar?
Parts of it. I haven't watched it all.
That guy might be the funniest interviewer out there.
He's pretty sharp.
He just does his research.
Mitch Trubisky's backup at UNC.
Yeah. Good decision by him to probably hang it up, eh?
Yeah, well, even after he stopped playing because he got passed by a bunch of other guys on the depth chart, he just stayed on the team, but was essentially the team morale guy.
Hype man, wasn't he?
Yeah, basically. And then kind of parlayed that into a job with Barstool. And I think it's worked out pretty well for him.
Very funny. Soggy Corp says, are you raising Benny as a Chargers fan, or are you allowing him to make his own journey into NFL fandom? Oh, he'll be raised a Chargers fan.
He'll be indoctrinated into Chargers fandom.
He's already got his Justin Herbert jersey. So we're actually, for his first birthday, we wanted to do a little baseball theme. So we're looking at jerseys for like Jays jerseys. So he's kind of got his teams picked out. That could go in two different ways. He could accept it or he could rebel and go in a different direction. But yeah, he's got a Chargers jersey. He's got an Oilers jersey. Actually, Donovan, and I think it was Donovan's mother, bought him a bunch of clothes when he was born. And a couple.
What, you're telling me Donovan didn't head into Oshkosh Bagosh and pick out some swag for little Benny?
He might have picked out the Oilers shirts. So, yeah. So he's got some gear, but he'll be a Chargers fan until he can decide he does not want to be, in which case I will allow it. Hey, fellas, this has nothing to do with fantasy. Oh, Brett, you're going to fire people up here. Can you put this out there in the air to everyone to go ahead and read how you're supposed to zipper merge? I'm so sick of these stupid people. I get annoyed that they have to let people in at the very end just because they went in the middle lane 2 kilometers back and had to wait. I've read enough. People,
I've gone into some hot water about this topic on air before with David Schlemko, actually, so it would have been on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
About like, I hate the people that like, that lane closes, but you're like, oh, it's a zipper merge. I have to get in at the very last second.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me mad. Now, what Denog or Brett was saying about you don't have to all log jam into the primary lane a mile back. There is a middle ground where I think everyone can be a bit happy. But in terms of knowing how to zipper merge, I do agree that it would go a lot faster if all of a sudden that person that's trying to get in at the last minute just gets blocked off by everybody, and that backs up, and that backs up, and then everybody's at a standstill letting them in. But there is an in-between of just racing up to the front and having to get in line before everybody else.
If you see it coming and you have opportunities to get in, like maybe in that kilometer, and decide not to, I can't have any sympathy when you get up to the front and no one lets you in.
You
had your chances.
I'm on your side there.
Like, I get it. And, but leaving the mall, there's a little zipper merge thing going onto 178.
Like off the
ramp going down. Yeah. Happy to let people in, for sure. But it's abrupt. Boom, it just pops up. But yeah, Brett, I get what you're saying. But sometimes there's some people who, I don't want to let them in. There's one outside Red Deer heading to BC. This person, for like the longest period of time, could have ducked in right behind me, but just wouldn't. There was so much space.
And then had to get right in front of you.
And then had to get in front of me. And I said no. And like to the point where they were staring at me screaming. And I just smiled.
I'm on your side. You're in the right.
You could have just ducked in behind me. I
There's
know
plenty of room.
I could let you in, but yeah, not this time, buddy.
We're living in a society.
Well, Josh has his hand up for some reason.
Teacher, please pick on me, teacher.
This is Fantasy Friends with Halley and Douglas, not Fenwick.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Keep us on the stream. Oh, well, you go ahead. What do you want to say?
Everyone, it's not just about the people who race up to the front for the zipper merge, okay? The people on the other side of the zipper also have to learn that, like, you know what? If you have to slow down 10 kilometers an hour so that you can create a gap for this person to get in the middle, because you also see them coming. Let's be clear. The zipper merge is coming also.
Oh, yeah. That's why they're getting in the lane already.
So no point in you also racing up to the front. Like, just there's some give and take here. You also have to be willing 100%. To slow down 10 kilometers an hour.
And you know what's a tool to be used in these situations?
Your eyes?
Yes,
your
but
brain?
Also your signal.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Put your signal on that you're coming in before you're at the front of the line. And that tells me that you have to get over. You're waiting for an opportunity that does not slow down traffic. And I will happily ease off and let you in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm not in that big of a rush that I have to let every single person over in the other lane wait till they're behind me.
I'm with you. I like to let people in. I'm an optimist.
I'll go out of my way to let people in, but I'm not going to do it when you are not adhering to decorum on the roads.
And give me the wave.
Oh, you got to have the wave.
I need the wave.
If
I don't get the wave,
it's over.
When it opens up the 2 lanes, I'm zipping up to you and staring at you.
I'll rear end you.
My insurance rates are terrible. Yeah, it's a hot topic, Brett, and it really gets the text line going. Sparky says, I can't wait to zipper merge at the grocery store next time. We talking carts or what? 1,000,000% with you guys. I believe that's from the Silver Scott. I don't know.
No, that Silver Scott was a trivia question on the Golf Hour one day.
Yeah, but this number's never put in their name.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what his name is? The Silver Scott.
Isn't this how Tiger got his name?
Yep. Silver Scott, you have 5 minutes to tell us your real name or forever be known as the Silver Scott. I don't know what that question is. Yep. Just Bud. Cat. Right in because I don't feel like waiting. People do it. You guys don't obviously understand the zipper merge. It's not to have one lane of traffic backed up for miles. Try getting out in the real world from Derek Moen.
As opposed to the world in which we currently reside not being real. Like when I drive to and from work every day through construction almost the entire time.
Here's the thing.
I don't want to get into it. I've had enough.
I'm happy to let people in. I just, there's just some people that are like, I'm going right to the front and I always do it. And then there's, hey, you're going to get in, but sometimes it's just going to be behind me rather than in front of me. You're going to have to wait an extra 3 seconds. It's not that big a deal. Pearsall or Jennings this week? Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall with Mac Jones slinging the rock.
Hosting the Cardinals. Ricky Pearsall was a player that I and many others kind of pegged as a big-time breakout guy this year with Brandon Ayuk's absent. He has been solid, if underwhelming, through 2 games, right? I think he's put up like 9 fantasy points in PPR each of the first 2 weeks. 8 receptions, 164 yards, what he has on the year so far. Are Juwan Jennings' numbers any better?
I just looked it up with the Fantasy Pros. They do their projections each week. Pearsall projected points, 8.2. Jennings, 8.0.
Yeah. I'm still rolling with Ricky Pearsall. That's just out of necessity for me. I have him in, I think, every single league I'm in. Maybe not our Fantasy Frenzy one. But I believe in him. Like, this is a really talented guy. With Mac Jones still a quarterback, I think everything's a little bit more limited right now for the Niners passing game. But I'm still rolling with Pearsall, and that's purely out of just like personal bias because I have him on my teams.
Well, then I'll roll with you. MTR says every corner on the cards is hurt. And also we had a guy who's changed his name on the text line to the Goose.
Nice.
So if you want to change your name, this is also the time. Matt S says, Matt S. Click, click, click. Connor, should I make this trade? And then a picture as we load it up here.
I'm seeing JSN and Drake May for Travis Etienne and George Pickens. Well, I know how much you like JSN, unfortunately.
I'm not as high on Drake May. I would say, it always depends on the rest of your roster here. Pickens, B option. ETN, I'm not sold on. I'm more sold of all these players on Jackson Smith and Jigba. And if you need a quarterback and Drake Mays on your team, that's pretty good. So I kind of lean that direction. ETN and Pickens have upside, but I think one is safer. And it really depends on your needs as well.
Yeah, just like at pure face value, I think the side acquiring JSN in May is getting the higher upside. But if it's a need-based trade, like I said, extra quarterback, need a quarterback, whatever, which way or the other, then I think Drake May is becoming a better option. But man, like the Patriots are still not really talented at receiver, right?
Yeah. Well,
it's
Keyshawn Booty. That's Stephon Diggs.
I believe it's Booty. And then Diggs. They lost to the Raiders, kind of barely beat the Dolphins.
Hunter Henry.
Yeah, okay.
He's reliable, not as a fantasy option.
Very, very reliable. Yeah. I think Drake May is more of a long-term forecast quarterback still, fantasy-wise, because I still don't think that New England's offense is that talented.
Rob says, I've got no problems with authentic zipper merge. I'm with you, Rob. I have a problem with people cutting in at intersections. 100% illegal move. Never a cop around. That's why they do it.
Doing what?
Darting in at intersections.
Like traffic is backed up through an intersection?
I think that would be it, yeah. And then you just like skirt in.
But
there.
if it's...
It wouldn't really happen on zipper merge, I don't think.
Yeah.
There was probably a situation in life where it's happened, but I've seen it happen. I had a guy, when I got hit, he Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's not get into it. Irrelevant.
He just drove away after.
Jacob says, I need a receiver. Which running back should I drop? And who do you think I can get and should target? Cook, Irving, JT, Javante. Drop? Well, I would drop Javante for sure. If you're looking for a receiver, like he might be out there, take it for what it's worth. It's a bit of a homer pick, but Quentin Johnston.
Hey, I dressed him again. I went out and spent some decent fab money on him after week 1. Finds the end zone again.
Despite the drops, Herbert trusts him.
Like, he's going to keep throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
That has been evident through 2 years and 2 weeks now.
And he is an athlete that can get open, and he's good after the catch.
But what did you say in our group? It's like just horizontal pass, like horizontal movement only.
And like
But then on the touchdown pass, that was over the shoulder, vertical.
But yeah, kind of tilted a little bit.
A little bit of
and it was
slant on
essentially a 60-yard handoff. Like Herbert put it right in his hands. But over the shoulder, he has a hard time tracking. So that would be the one. Soggy Corp says, wide turns are my nemesis. Get in your lane and signal out. I don't think a lot of people like crossing the dotted line there. MTR says, Keenan Allen. Shoulders are crazy. Yeah, he's broken his collarbone like 3 or 4 times. So that's why he's got that big bulge there. We'll take a break here. When we come back, more text. We'll let you know what's coming up on the Jason Gregor Show and the Lowdown with Low Tide. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on Sports 1440 AM, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Edmonton's go-to station for all things sports is Sports 1440.
From Low Tide to Kevin Karius and Jason Gregor, we deliver the latest on your favorite teams.
Tune in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
To Sports 1440.
Silent Rides is one of Alberta's premier bus charter companies. With state-of-the-art motor coaches, we provide our customers with the safest and most reliable ground transportation. Our seatbelt-equipped buses have become the preferred carrier for many local sports teams, tours, corporate outings, and other various travel across Western Canada. For more information and to request a quote, call 1-877-748-0991 or visit silentrides.ca.
Farm, ranch, acreage, or lake lot. They're here to help at Bashaw Concrete Products. Family owned and operated for 60 years. They continue to provide the best products and service, period. Call now for your free quote on the highest quality ready mix and gravel, a new septic tank, or an outhouse pad and tank, plus precast cattle water pads, garage sumps, and more. Call 780-372-3854 for prompt delivery. Bashaw Concrete Products, 780-372-3854. BashawConcrete.com.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the 2 best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Work never gets done by standing around. You have to put your words into action. And that's exactly what GS Construction does every single day. Our priorities are safety first, quality second, efficiency third. GS Construction works hard. It's true. But first comes the care, the planning, and the people. Underground infrastructure isn't just about machines and trenches and some traffic inconveniences. It's about doing things right. Find out more on what we do. Visit gsconstruction.ca.
Listen up, because you're not going to want to miss this. Right now is your chance to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Every coach needs a game plan. Plan your fantasy frenzy with Halley and Douglas right here on Edmonton's Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
44. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online, willhockbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Sam the intern. Sam the record man. Goes by many names around here. Text line 1-833-401-1440. Coming up next year on Sports 1440 and streaming on our YouTube channel, Sports 1440 AM. It is the Lowdown with Lowtide, LT and Declan Kruger. They'll be talking Oilers. It is Wednesday, so I believe Kevin McCurdy will be by. Then from 2 to 6 on the Gregor Show, we've got Tyler Yaremchuk of Oilers Nation. We should have someone from the Green and Gold joining us, Spec, Cam Tate's 2-minute warning, and a lot of Oilers audio as they spoke to the media today. So a lot of Oilers today here on the station. Keep it locked on. Duke, yesterday on 5 Questions, as Declan Kruger sat in for me, as I sat in for Jason, he asked about irrational fears. And I will tell you, for those who missed it, I had I don't like ocean water.
Yeah, but that's a rational fear.
Well, it shouldn't be. I also don't like flying. I don't like snakes.
Those are not irrational fears. Those are things that it makes sense to be afraid of. Humans are not meant to fly.
I also don't like when my hands get really wrinkly from water.
Okay, that's irrational.
Keep them out of the water. Do you have any irrational fears?
No, but the open bodies of water would definitely be. I think we've kind of had a similar topic on the Curious Show one morning. I don't know. I think things that I'm afraid of make sense, like being buried alive. So I guess sort of claustrophobia. I don't like being in super tight spaces if I can't see what's going on. I don't know. Nothing jumps to mind for me on the irrational side. Like I'm not afraid of balloons or globes or scrub daddies or something. Like,
do you hate the sound of a knife on a plate?
I do hate it. But like that's not a fear.
No, you don't like when it happens.
You know what I hate? The feeling if you have a plastic knife and a paper plate and you're like cutting through your steak sandwich at the local function or something, because that's where you get them served on, and the feeling of the plastic knife trying to cut through the paper plate. I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't describe that as a fear.
I think it is a fear.
I'm afraid.
Husk says only the wrinkly fingers, the rest are legit. Well, but I don't go in the ocean.
Yeah, but if you were there, it's understandable to be afraid of it. You can drown. There are things in there that can kill you.
You can drown in a tub.
It's harder.
Yeah. I don't fear
There's
that.
no current in a tub.
Well,
there's no tentacled creatures to pull you into the dark depths.
What about saying I have an irrational fear of the monster in the shoe swaps?
The Nessie. No, wait, that's Loch Ness. Ogopogo?
Ogopogo. Ooh. I hate that thought of like a fish hitting my foot in a lake. Absolutely hate it, especially if I'm not standing on the bottom. I'm swimming and something just
I don't think
grazes
that's
me.
ever happened to me, ever.
Yeah.
Just further to the point that I do not often go in bodies of water because they kind of scare me.
It's just, ugh. JDO texted us. Hey, guys, I got offered DJ Moore for Judkins. I have a lot of receiver and running back depth. 5 of both realistically predicted to get at least 11 points in each. Is that a good overall value? I mean, I think Judkins long-term has more upside than DJ Moore. So I don't know if I would do that. Is it a keeper league? Dynasty? What are we looking at here? But especially if you already have depth at receiver, then I don't think I make that move.
Like you would not give up Judkins for DJ Moore.
No.
I wouldn't.
Especially if I had receiver depth. I think the upside for Judkins is good.
Yeah. And like it's early on a Bears offense that has largely struggled for the most part, but Roman Dunze kind of looks like our WR1.
Yeah, he had a huge game on our bench.
Yeah.
Or my bench, one of the two.
Not on my one league's bench. He won me the week. I was the second highest scoring team this week.
Was that your computer making noise there?
No.
What was that? Oh. Okay. Deanocracy is here. So Josh is going to bring you a blue hat in exchange for $20. Were you on the phone with him there?
No.
He's at the door. I just
Did
heard
you hear
loud
the doorbell ring?
I just heard loud voices, and I thought something played off your computer there.
No, it's muted.
Talk back. See, that guy's got to stop talking to us when we're on air. He's just going to let us figure it out.
It's unprofessional. I obviously didn't do a good enough job training him.
I should have said, quiet you, and then we kept on working. Judkins or Scataboo?
to start this week.
That comes in from Abe the Babe, which is one of my favorite handles.
That's a great handle. Definitely Quinshaw Judkins.
Yeah.
I love Cam Scattaboo. His best attribute is running headfirst into his opponents.
He blocks high. He's gonna get, when he does that, one of these like veteran linemen is gonna head slap him so hard, and he could drop him. His momentum could take him right to the ground. $20, little man. Put that money in my hand. Are we all believing in Seattle's defense this year? I just picked him up, Clay.
Tracker, like the defense has been kind of on the rise. Last go, like
head coach is a defensive guy.
Yeah,
comes over from Baltimore. Yeah, I mean, I think so. There's going to be certainly some matchups where you won't want to start them. I think that's kind of the same for every defense. I don't know if there's any defense I love enough to start them every single week. But Seattle's, yeah, I think that'd be an okay way to go. The Fox is a quarterback. I need one. Browning, Tua, Penix, or Darnold.
Browning, Tua, Penix, or Darnold. Michael Penix.
And what did Tua do last week?
It was better. Achan scored again on a pass. Tyreek Hill, I think, had a good week.
100 plus yards.
But I don't know. They play against the Bills tomorrow night in Buffalo.
Short week.
I'm Michael Penix and the Falcons are in Carolina.
Okay.
I'd absolutely be going Michael Penix.
I take Michael Penix just to see Tyler Algier steal touchdowns from everyone.
He loves it.
Yeah. Dusty says, you go to the end and merge, just like in Tim Hortons. If both lanes are full, you wait till one car moves, and then you move into that lane. The texter is right. Learn how to zipper merge, people. The traffic flows better that way. And you know what? We all have to be better. If we want the zipper merge to properly work, we all have to embrace it.
It's going to take give from both sides of this standoff.
We're all in it together, as Camp Rock said.
That's High School Musical.
Yeah, close enough. You're not supposed to correct me so soon. We're supposed to let the text roll in saying, you idiot.
Do you think a lot of texters would know that's where that's from?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm a big fan. So that's right in my wheelhouse of my youth.
I have Jaden Higgins stashed. Should I cut bait in favor of more proven depth from Adam? I'll let the Texans fan answer that one.
I think only one catch Monday night. It was a big one, if I recall correctly. Little more involved in week one. Like you'd say more proven depth, like other WR2s or 3s that are like veteran guys. Hunter Renfrow, for example. I guess it might depend on where your team's at. Like, is this your flex spot, your last wide receiver spot of 3, and do you have the room? It's probably a bench player either way. As a biased Texans fan, I would say hold him.
Hold him.
But if I was being unbiased, depending what your other options were, I would definitely explore replacing him. But like I said, you're talking about a bench player more than likely.
Yeah. Jimmy says, hey guys, how do you feel about, I think this is Genty and Matthew Golden's upside? I have them both in 2 different leagues, but they're not producing. Should I stick with them? Yep, 100%. Ashton Genty, he was taken out of the game on Monday night in kind of crucial situations, but I think that is just because his pass protection is not where they want it to be. As a runner, I think they can't fall behind. They need to get him involved early, control the clock, and utilize him a lot. Like it wasn't sexy by any means, but like when he got the ball, makes people miss, a couple spin moves, like they're going to keep him more involved as the season goes on. I would almost guarantee it. Matthew Golden, I think it's the same way, especially if there's going to be some injuries to those players. I think Golden's the guy they want to get the ball to. They have to get it going here. So I'm more optimistic about Ashton Genty. Matthew Golden, though, I think I would definitely hang on to as well.
Like no Jaden Reed now, you have to think he's starting to get a little more love.
I would hope so.
No pun intended. That's his quarterback's name.
Rob said, as a child, because of TV, I had a fear of falling in quicksand and walking in a forest. That's an irrational fear.
I had a big fear of the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah. Never go into Bermuda or flying over it. Quicksand was a big one. Like I feel like every 80s kid and maybe 90s.
It was like in every cartoon.
And like video games too. Like, why is there quicksand? Why? Why am I sinking?
For a stretch there, I actually started to believe that quicksand was not even a real thing. It is, but where?
That's what I was going to follow up with. I don't know where it's located. And like, if you saw some, would you go in it? Would you think like, I have to try this? I think I might. Soggy corpse is not a fear, but I always get the grossest feeling when my socks when I touch my socks in drywall or when I bite my shirt. And Husk says, I can't handle metal on my teeth. Yeah, that's a fair one as well. Anywho, that music means we're going to be done in like 45 seconds. Can you fade it down just a little bit? A little more? A little more? There we go. That's a sweet spot. All right. For Sam, the record man, Josh Fenwick, Brandon Douglas, and I am Connor Halley. We'll be back to do it again after our 23-hour break. Up next, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. Right now, we're going to get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
In case you missed it earlier this morning, Oilers general manager Stan Bowman addressing the media with comments on contract extensions for Connor McDavid and other players entering their UFA season. No new updates to report there. Bowman also commenting that the team is not currently looking at free agent goaltender Carter Hart as an option. Utah Mammoth expected to put Connor Ingram on waivers. The GM Bill Armstrong saying that Ingram will not, attend training camp as they try to find him another NHL home. In the majors today, Blue Jays look to make it 7 wins in a row when they take on the Rays from Tampa. Kevin Gausman on the bump. First pitch coming just after 5 o'clock. Elsewhere around the league, couple games already underway. Cubs and Pirates are tied at 4 after 3. Reds trail the Cardinals 1-0 in the middle of the third. And still to come today, Red Sox hosting the Athletics. Tigers taking on the Guardians. Yankees continue their series in Minnesota. Brewers hosting the Angels. And the Mariners in Kansas City against the Royals. From the NFL, some injury updates. Justin Fields, still recovering from a concussion, will not play Sunday against the Buccaneers. Tyrod Taylor set to start in his stead. And Packers wide receiver Jaden Reed undergoing surgery yesterday on a broken clavicle and Jones fracture in his left foot. No official timeline on a return, but head coach Matt LaFleur saying he's expected to miss a lot of time. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.